Los Angeles as the Los Angeles Lakers look to grab a win on the home floor. With more or less half of the NBA season in the books, things have not been going their way.
You know, they've looked a bit lost out there lately. I mean, they don't seem to be playing with a lot of purpose and focus and even drive. I mean, you can't just wait for good things to happen. You've got to make things happen.
And Clark, I think you're spot on with your analysis. They clearly, to me, have lost some confidence, and that's led them to force things on the court. You start to press it and not trust one another. So they're going to have to figure out a way to get back to the basics and really start to believe in one another if they want to turn things around.
Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. Nash is out there with Allen. It's Andrei Kirilenko. Then it's Okafor. On defense, Seattle. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And no one expected them to win that game per se, but no excuse for the way that one ended up.
You know, it perhaps could serve as a rallying point for him, Greg. I mean, sometimes after a big loss like that, it can be a catalyst or a wake-up call for the locker room.
That's good. Going over some of the quickest players in the league, you think about Mike Conley and Clark. What sets him apart is that he's always under control.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, he takes great care of the basketball. He uses the change of speed and hesitation moves to get where he wants to go, and he's masterful in getting into the lane and finishes with both hands.
Here is Hayward after the basket by Seattle. There's the three. Conley's shot is off.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Allen for three. Can't get it to go. And it's the Lakers the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And they played with such tenacity on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, it takes a lot of pressure off of them when they go on offense.
And I think you've got to give all the guys credit. I mean, plenty of credit to go around. You can't just highlight or pick out one or two guys that stood out, because everybody did defensively.
Hands with the ball out of bounds. Hibbert touched it last. Seattle with the ball. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Now Green following Ray Allen's three-point attempt. Lakers passing it around. Hayward goes in. Soft touch off the glass. Hayward's got 5 points so far.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend, because they just handed him 2 points.
Nash with the bucket.
They're not going to run that play very often, but hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that three.
Now here's Hayward. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Sacramento. And who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
Okafor gets the bucket. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Diaw kicks to Green. Hibbert. It's deflected. Allen against Green. Latrey. And again, Seattle with the triple.
And on the topic of Hibbert, he was an enigma in college, had a very encouraging junior season, looked like a future lottery pick, and then that uninspiring senior season, which kind of dropped his draft stock considerably.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
To the paint, it's deflected. Diaw with the steal. Conley dishes to Hibbert. Now, here's Diaw. Not a lot of room.
You know, going back to Hibbert, last season was a perfect example of what we're talking about in terms of consistency. One game he puts up 22 and 8, the next game 2 and 1. But you know, every team in the league would like to be in the Roy Hibbert game once the light finally goes on and stays on. Consistency is a challenge for Hibbert.
Some changes here for the Lakers. Morris comes in for Roy Hibbert, and it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. Anderson, he's checked in for Seattle. Maverick comes in for Steve Nash. A shot by Hayward, wide open. Again, the miss by Hayward.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quickly.
And Seattle making a change here. Lakers trail by 4. Brownlee kicks to Ginobili. And a miss there on the triple. For Seattle, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. It's Crawford with the drive. Here's Bhullar. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Ginobili against Crawford. Ginobili kicks to Morris. 5 on the clock. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim. They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical, dominant performance out here. They are in a zone. Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
It's Crawford on the wing. From outside, off the mark. Lakers trailed by 4. Here's Hayward, and he gets it to go. Hayward's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
There's the pass to Bhullar. A jump hook. That one off the back iron and out.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward. Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions yet.
Hayward kicks to Diaw. A basket good off the assist from Hayward. Diaw's got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
That feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Splitters checked in for Diaw. Cephalosha comes in for Gordon Hayward. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Mike Conley.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
LA is gone, just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Morris passes to Augustine to the left wing. Here's Cephalosha. That one a little long.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks. He's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Show you the teams that have shot the lights out during the last month.
Yeah, Kevin, it's been a long month for anybody who plays these guys. I mean, they've been shooting the lights out, and it's been game after game after game.
And Seattle making a change here. Evans is checked in.
Before getting dinged up, Brian Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
And again, no good by the Lakers. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Evans outside. 1:09 left here in the opening quarter. The dish to Crawford. The Lakers with the rebound. And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign and trade.
Yeah, and that's the good of Brian Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset, and he's just a shooter. He can get it done on the the backboard as well.
So it's the Lakers now. Seattle able to drain the three. Pass to Ginobili. Uncovered. Crawford with the rebound. Seattle leading by 4. He dishes it to Evans. Here's Budinger.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
For Seattle, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And so Budinger nails both of them.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist by Augustine. Ginobili's got his first basket of the night.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he
And Tim Duncan closing out what's been a remarkable career, a Hall of Fame career.
He really transformed.
Osmanos and Duncan, no doubt the long-term face of the Spurs franchise and arguably their best player ever, which brings up the conversation, Greg, of where he stands all-time league-wide.
Well, he's right there. Listen, let's give him a little more credit. I mean, he's got 5 rings now, having won that championship 2 seasons ago. But look, Kobe's in that category with 5 rings and an MVP as well. So he's an all-time great. I don't know how you rank him, but when you have a conversation about the best ever, Tim Duncan will be in.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Seattle. Guys?
I'll tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Hayward out there with Dallenberg. And it's Green, and it's Conley, and it's Hibbert in at the center. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Seattle.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basket.
Comes up, and Hayward with the stop.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific. And I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side, trying to come up with a few more steals.
Taken away by Williams. Feeds to Nash. Down low. Allen. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got his 3rd assist on the night. Hayward on the wing. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the lean is probably not the best option on that shot.
By himself. And it's Green shooting it down.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Boris Diaz checked in for the Lakers. Here is Conley. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And again, no good by the Lakers.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Allen shot is off.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Hibbert gets the bucket.
3 straight hoops in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Yeah, no excuse for giving up the easy fast break baskets like they have. They've got to do a better job of engaging there.
Here's Okafor to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Okafor's got 8 points. Lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
And that is good. And now a 3-point Laker lead. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break. Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this this run, passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Pick by Okafor. Allen dishes to Okafor. Poked away. It's stolen by Green. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Can't hit from in close. Seattle trails by 5. Pass to Okafor. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got his 5th assist in this one.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
To the middle, here's Allen, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Hands here now for a 3-point play.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
The Lakers making a switch here. Morris is checked in, and again, no good by the Lakers.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And you really got to admire Boris Diaw. I mean, he's found a way to kind of reform his game as he's gotten older. I mean, so different than when he was new to the league.
Good! Green's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
They keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Diaw with the screen on Crawford to the paint. Here's Morris, and the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
The drive by Green, and the wide open shot from Morris. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Lakers leading by 4 to the inside. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Splitter is checked in for Diaw. Ginobili comes in for Green, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Mike Conley. Splitter sets a screen for 3. Hayward. Good. Hayward's got 12 now in this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And the one thing Thiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles, he knows where he's supposed to be, he gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges, does all the little stuff.
Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Morris. Shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. And now a 12-point Laker lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence. And for Thiago Splitter, he's been a relatively unsung player in his career, never getting his number called on offense, receiving little recognition from the media, but providing tough defense in the post. He shot over 55%, crashes the boards in the 20 minutes or so a game that he gets. So it's been good enough to really establish a productive career.
Now here is Augustine. Defense is right there. Pass to Sefolosha. Lets it go from deep. Evens with the rebound.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
You know, getting back to Splitter, yes, you need superstars to win in this league, but you also need guys like him, guys who put the team first, will bust a gut, carry out their responsibilities on the floor, off the court, and in the locker room. You need all of that to be a championship team.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
And Ginobili, here we go. Here's Augustine. Los Angeles with another miss. Seattle trails by 8. soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
They were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to that.
Ginobili gets the bucket.
Guys, that time you went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
It's Williams with the drive. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
The Lakers have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. No good on that one.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Samuel Gallenberg is checked in for Morris. Now here's Ginobili. 9 points last game out. He feeds it to Augustine. With 1 on the clock. That's good on the jump shot. And the Lakers lead by 9. And we finished 1-1.
Kevin, thank you.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, Gordon Hayward has been all over the floor. He and that'll do it for.
Now the third quarter about to get going. Really an incredible game from Gordon Hayward.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
I like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor.
Call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it.
I appreciate that.
That's good. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Seattle. Allen out there with Nash. Then there's Okafor. That's Andrei Kirilenko. And Diaw kicks to Green. Hayward outside. Hibbert with a screen on Nash. 4 on the shot clock. Conley inside the line. Can't nail the jumper.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them.
And Hibbert with the block. Hayward passes to Diaw. Back to Hayward. Inside. Here's Conley. The basket good on the assist from Hayward. 6 points for Mike Conley.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Here's Kirilenko and Hibbert with the block. Hayward goes in. Hibbert trying to free himself up. The clip no good that time. Seattle trails by 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Lakers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. The feed to Green. Lets it go with the 3. That's good. 9 points for Mike Conley.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Seattle. Here's Marjanovic, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got in good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
It's his first trip to the line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
You know, his performance at the foul line this season might be the first thing he points to as a priority to improve.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Bring the screen. Conley dishes to Green. The offensive rebound. And so he draws the foul on the shot, not tripped to the line to shoot 2. The Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. That free throw, no good.
And guys, looking at Roy Hibbert, just a mountain of a man, listed these days at about 7'2", 290 pounds, with a wingspan of a pterodactyl. I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his feet. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control. Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Hibbert with the screen. Conley with a wide open look. And the Lakers check on 2 more. Oh, talking about Roy Hibbert, he doesn't just have size. He has a strong lower body, too. Very hard. And you know this, Clark. You worked for the organization. You saw it firsthand. Very hard to back that guy down in the post.
Yeah, and for years he's worked on ways to complement that size with improved training and footwork, even indulging in MMA one off season. I tell you what, he'd be one scary super heavyweight if he went the full distance in MMA.
Agreed.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Here's Okafor. The rebound by the Lakers. Hibbert's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Conley with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Baseline J on the way. That's short off the rim.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Okafor gets the bucket.
Beautiful pass by Steve Nash.
Lakers leading by 13. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And Diaw with the basket on the assist by Conley. Conley's got his 7th assist here tonight. Crawford kicks to Okafor. That's out of bounds. Seattle retain possession. And now let's highlight the highest scoring teams in the NBA. The Lakers second.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
The Lakers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. There's the screen. Kicks it to Diaw. And another 3 for the Lakers.
They've been splashing home those 3s since halftime.
Marked improvement in their shooting from what we saw to start the game.
Crawford passes to Bhullar. A jump hook and off the fryer, and in it goes. 6 points for him.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Morris with the screen for Conley. Shot off the screen, and it's Seattle with the rebound. Crawford drives in, out to Nash. Hayward grabs the board. Hayward's got his 4th rebound in this one. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
And a moment here to check out the stats for Hayward. Over the last month, getting it done. Averaging about 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Hayward. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Mike Conley. Splitters checked in for the Lakers.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
In the corner, it's Ginobili. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
It's a 2 from Sefolosha, and another basket for the Lakers.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold from mid-range. Just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
Evans, he's checked in for Seattle. Williams comes in for Jamal Crawford. Morris outside, and the wide open shot from Ginobili. No good on the three.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense is taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Cephalosha. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Cephalosha's got 4 this quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Samuel Dalembert, who's checked in for Splitter. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Seattle. Williams gets the bucket.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Augustine dishes to Morris. Morris with the screen for Ginobili. He kicks it to Dalembert. Cephalosha passes to Dalembert. Shot clock at 5. Ginobili, that's for 2. Again, missed by Ginobili. Seattle trails by 16. To the left side wing. Budinger, yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Budinger's got 8 points.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Partner, that's assuming they can continue that hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, you have to think they'll make this thing interesting.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Augustine kicks to Morris. Nailed from three-point land. He's got 11.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the three ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Seattle trails by 16. They've got Ginobili. Roy Hibbert is out there with Boris Diaw. And it's Green, and it's Conley in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Okafor. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw. Diaw's got his 3rd rebound on the night. That's the 3 fly, and it's Green missing. And Seattle shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Offline with his 3. Lakers leading by 16. And it's good. Walk through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go. It sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
And Seattle making a change here. Nash is checked in.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Diaw with the screen on Nash. And Diaw with the basket on the assist by Conley. And the Lakers lead by 19.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Diaw with a wide open look. Top of the key jumper, no good. Allen with it. Now Green defending. That's good. And that's 20 points for Emeka Okafor.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Seattle also making a change. Crawford's checked in. Diaw, the basket good off the assist for Hayward. Hayward's got his 4th assist in this one.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Here's is Okafor, and it's Seattle with another.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Crawford dishes to Kirilenko. From deep. The Lakers with the rebound. Hibbert's got his 4th rebound in this one. Diaw sets the pick for Conley. Out left to the wing. From 12 feet out. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Kirilenko into the lane. Crawford, no luck. Los Angeles leading by 17. And the wide open shot from Green. Seattle grabs the miss. Kirilenko's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That free throw missing. No good at the stripe this time. 2nd misses also.
Boy, their struggles at the line this half really starting to haunt them. Just cannot afford to miss free throws. It's like skipping breakfast. At some point in time, it's going to come back to hurt you. That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Nash kicks to Okafor. From 8, Seattle missing again.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
To the middle. And the basket by Diaw. Diaw's got 21 in the game.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
So it's the Lakers now. It's an 18-point lead. And the Lakers call time here. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Gentlemen, Byron Scott had some advice for his team in that last timeout. Hayward was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Dishes to Nash. And the pass to Crawford. Just 5 to shoot. No good from outside.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
There's the dish to Hibbert. Ashford. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Diaw can't hit. Seattle trails by 20. Nash with no one around. Sing the triple.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Nash against Conley. That's good.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Crawford's shot is good.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
And he gets it to go. 15 points for Roy Hibbert.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. Come right at you. Okay now, Conley.
Feeds it to Diaw. Over in the corner, Green. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Nash. Up the floor. Anderson can't get it to go. Lakers leading by 18. To the paint. Here's Hayward. That's in there. Conley with the assist. And it's now 23 points for Gordon Hayward.
All going in tight. He's coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting.
Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. Tries again. And Hibbert lays it up and in.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Andrei Kirilenko checked in for Ryan Anderson. And here's Nash outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Nash has got 9 points now in just the second half. Out to the wing. Bubbled by Crawford. And Diao kicks to Conley. Down low. It's tipped. Here's Hibbert. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Hibbert's got 19 points.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Checking out the game Jamal Crawford is having, 9 points and 3 assists.
And the Executive of the Year award is an honor. I mean, given yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Here's Augustine. They'll get another chance. Gallenberg passes to Cephalosha. 4 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Splitter. Offline with his 3. Seattle trails by 19. Here's Williams. Yes, and a nice assist from Evens. 7 points for Williams.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Lakers.
The key here, Clark's second chance points.
Well, they pounded the offensive glass, and Kevin, I also think they won the 50-50 balls, too.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I have to believe the sweep will be in order.
And we've come to expect nothing less from one of the league's elite players, but another tour de force for Conley. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Lakers passing it around, and Green gets it to go.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Sade, I like that, Greg.
Hayward outside. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They poured it on tonight, Clark, a dominant showing in front of the crowd that love every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Mike, when you take a
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, Mike Conley.
You know what, Ernie? I must admit it. I didn't see this kind of performance coming from him tonight. He's been coming off a stretch of game where he just looked lost out there. To see him turn around.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight.